Everybody's at ace king
Thanks,
every
Bob.
time.
Don't encourage him, please.
What do you mean? Yes, do it. Play every hand the rest of this level. It's only 6 minutes.
First you said orbit, now you say level. Like, what do you want me to do? Orbit.
Probably average.
Well, we probably will only make the rest of this level in one orbit.
So just play the rest of the level. It sounds cooler.
It does sound cool. I'll see what I can do. I like orbit.
I want to welcome all of our new viewers to the chat room who've signed in within the past hour. This is night 1
700.
of Chase the Bracelet, a 12-week tournament series of the same players who are going to fight it out, duke it out over the next 12 weeks to win a seat at the 2016 WSOP 1500 event. So we're going to do this marathon of 12 weeks tournament.
You're going to need what they call a miracle, sir.
If you missed any of this, you can check out any of our past videos, pokeronair.com.
Heads up.
And if I can get our control booth to throw our Twitter handle there, you can follow us on Twitter to stay up on the action. Find stories of our players throughout the week. Just follow us at PokerOnAir.
Call. 1,000 and call.
Quick bet by Cliff and a quicker call by Chris.
Check. 1,000.
2.
Well, that's only 1,000.
You ready, fellas?
Sorry.
No, just 1,000.
Missy, way to mess up my plan! Sorry.
I got so confused.
Can I just shout out a number?
Oh, he's got 7s.
Wow.
I probably should have been on the river.
Oh, you're nasty, Cliff.
Well played by Cliff.
I bet 1,000. Like,
So follow us on Twitter, folks, at PokerOnAir. If you are not already a follower,
I thought it was 2,000. I'm like,
we'd love to have
You
you.
know what they call that? Leaking.
You can find all the latest updates about our Chase the Bracelet season, and we'll let you know always when we will be on air through our Twitter
first
feed.
one out.
you didn't give him most of your stack. You gave him 3,000.
Well played by Cliff. He played a little pot control in a turn there by check calling, and then it went check river, and you got to see the great news that Chris was out-pipped by him.
I'm at the
6s for 7s.
Do you guys have a confessional booth? We go in, sit in.
Yes, it's in the bathroom.
Okay.
2 hearts is our burn card. Exposed. 2 hearts.
Which card was that?
It was going to be mine. Okay. No longer.
That's important to know.
I'm predicting I improved.
Call. Raise now. Playing for 7.
You guys both
That
have
voice
hers. I told
is
her to
Jerry,
play
our
pre-flop.
dealer.
I had deuces.
Still wish he could hear me. I would whisper sweet nothing in his ear all night.
Same here.
I folded a 7 and
3 players.
Did you really?
Yeah.
When he said I need a miracle, I was like,
Remember
please
back in the
don't
early
drop a
days
2 on that board.
Correct.
Chase the Bracelet when our dealer was Mike with the control booth? With us?
Yes. He used to
1,000.
giggle at all of our jokes.
To giggle like a girl.
Then I'm amazed Chris didn't get that.
I'm kind of amazed that
Mike goes pre-flop razor here, and continuation bets after Cliff and Chris check to him. Is Cliff thinking something devious here? Or you just feel like peeling one with the gut shot. Looking for a 9,
I don't know. I think
a heart. Maybe he thinks a jack might be good,
I think if you would,
or the 9 of
I think
hearts.
if you
Or
would
the
make-
The 9 of hearts will
if
work
you
just
would make
fine.
The turn bet more than 1.
It's like he knew.
This gives Mike the gut shot.
I don't know because
This is the like one of the most beautiful board textures
Like,
Cliff
did
could
you?
ask for. Like, I mean, he's just slaughtering everything but King Jack right now.
Don't lie.
And even
actually
it,
talking.
I think
It speaks.
Don't lie.
You could ask him right now. He'll tell you what every single person's chip count is right now. To the T. Cool.
Just
It was
flat.
22, just so you
I
know.
wish he'd tell me.
I'm
'cause
sorry.
I can't
22
use
is my
my
bet.
chips to tell you
I just
how
didn't
many
have
I have
the-
anyway.
You also have a green.
he likes to just call.
Get 2 most talkative players and heads up right here.
So before we've seen our players lead rivers to see if Cliff does the same.
Check.
Oh,
He goes, I have it. He goes, I have
is that who that voice was?
it. Yep. He goes, I have it.
It's not technically.
Guys, it's nuts.
Not technically the best thing.
Right. What a gin card. What a turn.
You don't want to put my money out there?
You afraid to bet my
I think
chips?
Mike's
Come on.
Mike's Christmas story moment is
Cliff's
getting
chasing that
closer by the
bracelet.
second. So we're gonna get one more hand here at this level at 100, 200. Do you believe the next level will be 100, 200 as well with a quarter ante?
Gonna kick some annies in.
Man,
Trying to save
That's
you.
my strategy.
Can I go
Hoping
over?
that I get
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna
start
go
calling
early
you Morgan
too.
Freeman.
If we post up lines now,
If you just keep them out there, can you be like, this is my blind for the next level? I'm
We'll
gonna
do a
bet
full
over.
orbit.
I'm betting over here.
Hey, I hear you. I'm enjoying it. Enjoying every.
I like the synchronized massaging of the cards.
I think he was just waiting for the horn to go off, so you got screwed on the next blind. That's why Mike wouldn't put his cards over the circle.
I say if Mike would have raised there, we would have seen the full-blown tilt machine.
Raise it up. 500.
Oh, it's blinds say the same. There's an Andy now.
yes.
I was like, wait a minute, it's just one too.
That's why I said I wish I had a couple quarters.
Oh. I collected green.
At this point, Cliff has a full double stack.
3.
He's gonna get into that cash game mode, I think, playing that deep stack poker and try to outplay his opponents in the flop.
Early in ruins my plan. I try to save just one green so my chip off I can get 75 more.
If you're in net, you're like, good flop.
Hello. That's why I played the 6-5.
7.
So I'll lose hands just to get rid of a couple greens.
I bet 370.
$2,000.
It's like
5,000.
Cliff's donating some money to the
Oh.
net here.
The chat feels my pain. Twitch chat.
Like he said, he got it real aggressive with his chips, and unfortunately, in that flopped the nuts.
Nice hand on that. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of times the button raise isn't gonna necessarily connect on that board, and Cliff's call out a big blind or small blind rather
So
will.
you still
He's just trying to rep,
You're
some
still-
sort of connectivity there, but unfortunately for him, Annette flopped the nutty buns.
right?
This is our
So
side.
try as he might to screw you on it, it didn't work.
I need 25, guys.
You have nothing?
See,
Yeah.
one on the ball.
What do you got,
My
Jack?
side is
Cliff,
taking
25.
25, 25.
We got Jackson net.
Queens are
it.
now
Just
being
use up a minute
collected.
of the clock.
Oh.
Should be able to timer like king.
A set? Did you have it?
I didn't have a pocket pair. I can't have a set.
You're right. That makes sense.
Huh.
We're gonna need to do better than that. Just so you know.
Might actually save money. There.
Plan on keeping me around.
You won with 9-6. I don't know what to do.
It takes a very special kind of
I
dog.
do like your haircut. I didn't realize that we had that connection. So.
We're brothers.
Longest column.
Option.
I was listening to the conversation.
Help me out.
Haircut.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thanks.
3 players. Check. Check. $325.
I fold.
Oh,
They ain't gonna talk bad about you for that one.
Now that
Nine,
Antes-
yeah.
You gotta try.
Now
It takes
that
a
Antes
special
has
kind
been
of dumb to win with 9-6.
I was, and I won with it, so therefore I am special kind of dumb. I pride myself on being able to win regarded games.
Well, I just wanted to make sure you got my Annie.
I like that.
now that the entities have been implemented here, there is going to be extra incentive to steal the pots. So now instead of stealing a blind and a half, you're gonna be getting like a full 2.5 blinds at this point.
We're missing an Amy.
So stealing makes way more sense now than when it's just small blind, big blind.
Buried.
This will be interesting to see how it changes up the game here.
I just want to see who realizes that and begins to adjust.
I think it might take it to be beyond just the quarter ante. I mean, it's still kind of a minimum, but
People maybe not thinking about big blinds at this point yet because they all still
Right.
maybe feel a little deep.
right. But I think in about 2 or 3 blind levels, I think you're probably absolutely correct that stealing is going to be a huge value.
I think Rudy's shove range should start opening up here now that he can make a little extra.
Whoa. Guys are letting it in there. Cheap.
So Chris likes to limp under the gun with the ace 10. Letting Rudy and Ryan in cheap. Ryan for free. Rudy for majority, mostly free.
250.
I call.
And a call.
Well, I don't have a problem, so what kind of shit?
Rudy leads. Chris calls.
Perfect. That much.
Chris makes a 10 on the turn.
350.
Professional game show play. I love it. Surprised that question hasn't come up in the chat room yet.
Check.
Yeah, queen.
They hit your goal.
Queen.
Hang on. So you have to pair?
Yeah, you're good.
Some weird situation. Yeah, I don't know.
Button's good.
There's 8, 9 offsuit and turn to 9.
You already got it up there.
Oh, he got it.
Now,
I don't
I'm just very curious about that hand because I smashed it.
Okay,
Like,
you're gonna see it. I had 5 sticks.
really?
I flopped the straight.
That's insane because I folded ace 5 through 5.
Did you?
Annie up.
I was on the button. I thought
Annie
I was
up.
raised.
That's sort of disgusting, actually. I mean, not bad play by you. I mean, hey.
But I didn't know if he was on flush draw. That's why I bet the 2,000.
You can hear Annette and Bobby discussing the hand where
I'm gonna
Annette
change it
flopped the
on
nut straight.
No, that's good. That's good. Not a bad play.
Oh.
And it works when you get a miracle flop like that. It's like, oh.
6.
600. Call.
Now it's like, oh.
We're seeing a lot of pairs versus pairs tonight.
Right.
It could get a little interesting here.
18.
Do you think Ryan finds like interesting spots to get aggressive? Yeah, I think Cliff's call is kind of like not the most important, so I think a squeeze is good here. But your pre-flop raiser is a net. I think you kind of have to worry about what her raising range is there under gun +2.
Call.
There's kind of a weird little tell from Annette there. Did you see that side shoulder dip that she did before she made that call?
Just trying to be cutesy.
No, it looked like what it really was. That I really hate to make this call with a mid pair.
That's up.
Pretty much a dream flop for Ryan.
$35.
Oh, he goes heavy. I think if I'm a net, I'm kind of curious what this means. 35 looks like he wants her to fold. So I wouldn't. It's tough because it's such a big portion of her stack. But if I'm in net shoes, I feel really questionable about folding in that spot.
Actually, that was only about like 2/3 pot.
But still, I mean, it's kind of a lot. Like you basically flop the nuts in your mind. You want to call, so why are we betting? Why are we betting so much? It's time to take the old train to Value Town.
I had a big hand. I didn't like those hearts.
That was I felt like very much a cash game bet. Yeah.
And that's why we're Mike.
You had a what?
So Ryan just said he didn't like those hearts out there. But it's, I mean, how often does your opponent flop exactly hearts there?
Right.
Call.
I do play against Ryan occasionally in home games, so maybe I shouldn't be telling him all my secrets.
Call.
Wow, Ace King shows his head again. The net's not raised. And Rudy doesn't raise either.
Wow.
This is nuts. And the guy with pocket fours decides he's gonna raise.
1,000.
I almost feel like Ryan's hand was partially irrelevant there. He has the button, all these limpers. He's gonna try to collect dead money.
Oh boy.
Problem is, I think
Is this where Rudy jams it?
it kind of feels like he might be a spot, honestly. I don't know if I had the willpower not to. I mean, I think I probably would have jammed initially. I guess
No one wants to be number
I
8.
guess he did start with 4K, which is 20 big blinds, and I think in this format you actually can kind of dwindle down to like 12 or so and still be safe.
Check. Check.
Rudy doesn't check here.
Or he did.
He did?
Yep.
I love it. Pocket fours is driving all the aggression in his hand.
I thought for sure he was gonna chicken out.
2,000.
Oh, uh-oh.
There it is.
Warm up the card, Judy. Rudy's in tough shape here.
Yeah, and that's not going to fold here. Whoa. Oh, it's only
This is a
950.
Was it 150?
950 more, I think, for Ryan.
Doesn't even matter. Doesn't matter. Oh my goodness. Ship it. Ship it, Annette. Watch a 4-peel. Watch a 4-peel. This is going to be so dirty.
Check. Check.
Oh, quickly checks.
Same order. Check. 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 Check.
And that's going to take Rudy out.
Uh-oh. We have our first bust out of the night.
Casualty.
Somebody got to be
1.
first.
Rudy, you're supposed to wait so Ryan shows in.
Rudy is self-aware. Marks himself as first man out.
I don't think he was well undone.
I mean, that hand could have went many different ways. I'm a little surprised how much money Ryan. I don't quite want to use the word donated,
We're back to
but
it.
he kind of just shipped it Annette's way.
See you next turn.
I mean, like there's one thing to like be running good like she did with the aces versus eights, but that was a bit of a gift. Look at that stack. She should have been out, and now she has a commanding chip lead.
I don't know. Did something fall?
Yeah, it's against your wheel.
Big leader.
Are we gonna get the same mics every time? Because this one's like touching my naked body. Just curious. I don't know.
That's gonna be on eBay for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure we.
I'm gonna let Rudy come hang out with you. I'll let you talk to the first casualty of season 5, Chase Bracelet. Game 1, and here comes Rudy to hang out with y'all.
Or whatever secret organization you're a part of.
Well, the first rule of the club
is to not talk about it.
Talk about it.
I'm not in this one. I'm gonna end up murdered in the parking lot. Remember, if I get murdered in the parking lot, people, this guy.
Because of Fight Club. Oh.
It's because you weren't in the club.
Because I'm not in the club.
Clip limps in with Jack 10
If
student.
the club is about murdering people, I don't know if I want to be about it.
You don't want to be against it.
Chris with 2 10s on the button.
6 1/4.
625. And a call.
How about you break this down for me? There's a 5 and 5 times.
They clip elects to limp call to Jack 10.
You're the man.
Not a problem.
Heads up.
May not always be right.
Check.
6 1/4.
Same bet.
Cliff out flops Chris here.
625.
Cliff has the eye of the tiger tonight.
The bet is now 3,000.
I'm all in.
He's all in.
And Chris is all in. Wow. Back-to-back hands.
Shit!
Oh.
Good hit.
Now's your time.
I get points. I can go home and go to bed. Put the last one up there. Make him sick. Or a 9.
Ooh, a 9.
A 9 would be golden, and then you'd feel
9
really bad.
9 chops.
9 will chop it
I
up.
love how you guys like call him.
Oh! I can't lose!
What was
Give me
it?
the money. Or half.
What's the over? Is it 9?
All you
Oh, we
gotta do
chopped
is
it up.
try.
Well, we thought we were getting another casualty,
Wait,
but
isn't this 2 times
in
hard?
actuality,
It's true.
All you gotta do is want it. You gotta will
Does a 4-card straight flush
all right.
work?
So we got Rudy back here.
it. Does in my book.
Well, Rudy, I guess there had to be one.
I'm trying to help you win.
Unfortunately, it was you.
Yeah.
Can't get this guy to go away.
Let me see that
Come on,
flush.
Cliff. Let me have one. Get that.
He just lets you have
black chip
one.
out of your green ones again. What are you going to do?
The river lets you
My
have one.
OCD is acting up, and you got the black chip and the green chips. I
decided to go
can't
with the
handle it.
He doesn't even have all the colors lined up in a row.
We're going
Is
to
it
put you on
killing
hold
you?
real quick, and we'll be right back at it.
Oh,
Let's go
fine,
listen
yeah.
to the players for a second, and I'll be right back.
Buddy! What's up, gorgeous? I want a hug. Come give me one. I can't lose if I get a hug from you. That's a win.
Don't you touch him. Stay back there.
Give me suited damn luck. These guys won't know what hit them. I call if it's only 200. Call. You heard what I said, right? If it's only 200.
700.
Bobby's got the ace jack on the button here, raising it up.
So it's just you and me. I'm in.
Chris had a hard time finding a fold anytime, especially against Bobby.
Let me just do this.
Heads up.
Not it.
Low flop, which is kind of gross because it's kind of right in Chris's wheelhouse. Bobby does have showdown value, so he's going to just maybe happily check it through and win the pot.
You're supposed to bet.
All right, so Bobby take that one. So back to our friend Rudy here. Obviously that flush versus top pair hand was one of your bigger problems tonight. You said it out loud. You said, "I didn't see the flush."
No,
I think had you seen the flush, I don't think the pot would have gotten as big as it did.
That's correct.
And obviously you would have had a lot more fighting chips. But the ace-10 hand was kind of funny. You were kind of caught in limbo there.
Right.
With the net limping, you're like, well, if I can get in cheap here and hopefully, flop a 10, flop an ace, flop some sort of draw, you can, maybe go with it and try to double up. But once it got raised and you kind of got priced in again, you weren't quite low enough at that point, in my opinion, to shove pre-flop. So you're kind of like stuck in that in between, like, do I really want to call? Do I, but when you get to that point, you just, you want to find a double up, or just
like I said, if I
25.
had already decided if I hit an ace. I mean, I think even if I would have hit a 10 or 2 hearts,
sure,
I still would have pushed.
Call.
I hit the ace. I didn't put her on ace king. Once she called, I kind of figured she had an ace. I was hoping it was a chop.
Yeah, I was interested. I thought her plan was to limp raise instead of limp call, and I was wondering what would have happened had she limp raised Ryan. I think your ace-10 probably would have found the muck at that point, or you went all in. It's hard to say. I mean, you're kind of caught, like I said, you're kind of caught in limbo there. I think had it been me, I think you probably would preferred that. Wow, Bobby just flops hard again. Wow. But Missy is open-ended. This could get pretty spicy pretty quick. Remember earlier they played a big pot against each other, ace king versus king jack. Not sure what Mike's deciding here. Just a gut shot and an overcard. Missy doesn't have a ton of chips, but I think in the home game she's accustomed to playing in, that this is kind of stack she's used to playing. No, she's not used to playing super deep.
Heads up.
Bobby's trying to fade an ace or a 9 here, and cannot do it.
Check.
We could find ourselves in another bust out situation here.
That was a good check on her part, though.
Yeah. She's staying within the flow of the hand.
26.
Yeah, she did get him to bet.
Yeah, and she has one play here. She's gonna jam.
I don't know that he'll call.
All in.
We'll see how laser sharp his focus is that he was talking about earlier. I mean, there's not too many hands he can beat. He can beat Ace Queen. That's about it. Ace Queen, Ace 10. But are either of those hands calling to flop? Probably not.
Call.
Oh, he does
did
call.
Wow.
Bobby's not quite out yet, but he's a king or a jack on the river. Does not get there. So Missy gets the full double up. She's up to 17,000 now. Wow, big term events. So Rudy, while we got you here, do you have any preparation for the show? Anything you kind of did to get ready for it?
No, not really. But I do play a lot of tournaments where we start with 10,000. So I felt comfortable with the structure. Again, my first idea was just to stay out of hands altogether.
I'm not trying to be a smart ass
threw
here.
that out the window, and then when I hit
that
that hand, I just
right.
You got to watch. I really don't like a corner seat either, just because
it's kind of tough to see your next three opponents until it kind of hits the curve again. So I guess my next question is, do you have any long-term strategy? Obviously, being first one out kind of puts you at a little bit of a deficit. But things can change really quickly. Do you have like a game plan going into next Thursday?
The point structure is set up so that you can catch up probably fairly easy. There's a lot of play left. I mean, we still have 11 games.
11, quite a few games, definitely.
Yeah. And being out first on the first game isn't all that.
Yeah, it's not.
It isn't going to.
It's not like you're like
Stop
got
you
one
from
foot in the
winning.
coffin or anything.
Right.
Yeah, it just you just got to buckle down and I mean a couple eighth places in a row you might sweat a little bit, but at this point you're still, like I said, 11 weeks. You win a couple times, you get in the top three. You're right back in the mix of everything.
So next week I'll come in and I'll just sleep through the first 3 blind rounds.
That's not a bad idea.
We'll try that. See how that works. Take a nap.
It's not the worst strategy I've ever heard.
Heads up.
Yeah, monotone
Was she
flop here.
blind on this one?
Yes, there's a small blind versus big blind.
6.
Cliff leads for 6 and gets the job done.
Somebody said something earlier. It's hard to hit a pair. If he hits anything there with the small big blind, you got to bet.
Absolutely. All right, Rudy. Well, thank you so much for coming back here and hang out with us. We're gonna get back to the action here. Listen to our players. It's been very exciting, hearing everyone's thoughts and all that kind of stuff. But we thank you for joining us, and we look forward to watching you play next week.
I'll be here next week.
All right. Thank you very much. Once.
300 to go. Nope.
Walk's okay, Missy.
Not today, sir. 11.
1100 to go.
Really?
Missy makes it 1,100 out of the small into the battle of blinds there. Pretty good sized bet from Missy.
Just being a chip.
Hey.
I feel like Rudy's a little downtrodden there. No one wants to no one likes to go out first, but he knows it's a long game. Many weeks to come.
I felt the weight of the room sink when you came in. I go, okay, Trevor, this interview is all you. I mean, you like the pain, right?
I don't like talking about other people's pain. I like pain from afar.
Right. All right.
Like always can go all in.
But
All in.
1650.
1650.
I just MF'd myself for not raising pre-flop.
As you can see, there is $500 in the pot.
No, I said I had pocket.
The blinds and annies.
Just checking.
Now because it went blind, I'm just gonna call you with the
I
dark.
think Chris.
Dude.
Did he just say I'm calling the dark?
No, there's no way.
Okay, good luck, Bob.
He knows exactly what he
Good luck,
has.
Nine.
Thank you.
There we go.
He absolutely
What,
looks.
what am I?
And
Am
it's
I against a
on.
9?
Uh-oh.
He did not look.
I've got
One
a jack.
over.
Let's sweat them at the same time.
Oh!
Oh shit! In the dark.
Oh! Holy crap! You both, neither one
There's
of you
no
looked?
way.
No, I didn't look.
I don't think Bobby has any outs.
Put a 9 up
Wow.
there. Yeah, I kind of care a little bit.
Bob cares a lot right now.
Give the man a
really,
9.
you had to tell me?
No
9.
spade for either of them?
9.
Okay, 9.
I tried.
Good game, guys.
Good game.
All right. So Bobby took a couple tough beats tonight
That's an amazing
to send him out in 7th place.
You were like in just the jack.
I was just like, fuck it. Jack seems good, but then
Wow,
he shows me
just
2 9s.
letting it rip.
You were like
Well,
in
I
just
think
the jack.
once that
Yeah.
first one went out, like now, like you said, Annie's are kicked in. We're gonna start seeing people move in this game.
People are gonna move. Yeah, like I said, it looks like Pizza Mike's pretty short. Chris was kind of short. Gives him a little bit of a bump,
It's not on wheels. I expected it to be on wheels.
but we'll see. We'll see how the flow goes. The first one's always kind of a guinea pig game, and we'll see how it transpires from there.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to my buddy Ryan C in the chat room. Suited Dan here. Shout out to my buddy Ryan. Haven't seen him forever. I think actually I never seen him.
He hasn't seen you forever.
But he hasn't heard my voice and my soothing voice.
Raise it up, 800.
Not today.
Come on. All in.
Pizza Mike moves all in with some secret cards.
Mystery hand.
5, 5, 5.
That way you're not writing directly on the bag. Oh, you missed stuff. God, I love you.
5, 5,
I love you
5.
for your mind.
Let's see if we can get over to Pizza Mike's hand. See what he's got. Still don't know.
Still don't know, but he won.
He did.
I don't know where. It looks like the levels went up when I wasn't in the room.
Yeah, we're at 153 now. Still with the quarter inning.
Quarter inning. There we go. Right there in the
Shit, he's
corner.
a minor
Ask
either now, too.
you shall receive. Wonder if we can pop up those chip levels real quick before Mr. B Million makes his way to a very familiar room.
Very good.
Oh, too familiar. He did not want to come see this before
Chip count, Paul.
before his first place finish, but
Chip
he'll
count.
be back here momentarily.
Tens were good. But I don't think that's stacked your full 10. I think you're snapped to call in almost any pocket pair. 300 to go.
9.
900 to go.
9.
It's like a full 3x from Missy. She gets it through.
Maybe we won't get those chip counts.
You know, I like green chips. I need to start running these things again. Put them the same thing. Chips too.
Chip count, please.
I imagine you want to sit here and talk with Bobby here for a minute and rub his shoulders and make him feel a little bit better.
I don't know. I'm not sure if a shoulder rub's gonna help, but we can give it a go.
Ladies and gentlemen, oh, here we go. Chip counts. Annette still dominating.
2 ladies on top of the chip stack. Annette, Missy, Cliff, Ryan, Chris, Mike.
Chris and Mike hitting the bottom of the
Mike
stack.
and Chris about 20 binds apiece. Ryan with about 30, and quite a bit more for our top 3 chip leaders.
And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, you know him, you love him. You didn't want to see him here this early in the booth, but Trevor's going to talk to B Million.
Call. All right.
So we have a little bit of a limp parade here.
4 players.
What's going on? All right.
What's up, buddy?
I'm here. Sets are flopping. Things are happening right when I sit down. It's just like magic.
So how does it feel gross to see another set of 8s?
Yeah.
As soon as you sit down?
I mean,
just
it
rough,
is what
huh?
it is.
I mean, could you have ran worse?
3,000.
I think it may have been possible to run worse, but
Barely.
yeah, I mean, I feel like I played fine though. I mean, all things considered, there was a couple times, there was 2 folds I made, and I didn't mind them. Like I folded ace-5, I think it was in the cutoff, and she told me, I'm not too sure if it was true, but she told me she actually flopped the nut straight.
It was.
And I would have flopped
It was the truth.
straight. I was like, holy crap. I just saw a twinkle in her eye like she was going to raise, and I was like, I don't know if I really want to play out of position against her with ace-5. Like, it just doesn't seem fun to me. But other than that, I mean, the hand against Missy, I kind of felt like it was okay. I don't think there was much wrong with it. I mean, she did raise me, but I felt like there was like so many hands that she would think I bet flop with that.
What I mean,
like ace X, ace of clubs, you know what I mean, like club draws.
I mean, I'm probably being way super too harsh, but I kept thinking like, how many aces are betting here? My question is, how many aces are calling the flop?
Only the ace of clubs, pretty much. Like ace X. I don't know though, because like I haven't played a lot with Missy, so from what I gathered from like watching her play and stuff like that, I feel like she's like in there mixing it up and stuff. Like she's not like just playing super straightforward, but again, like she did like put her whole stack in, so that's something to think about. I mean, that's the only hand I was like, if she has queen 10, I'm screwed. Like I should have bet more in the flop.
I mean,
it was slightly low.
I don't know her strategy. I don't know if she was like completely avoiding getting 7th, like she was like definitely trying to get like, 5th or better, or she has some sort of goal. So I don't know what you could. I mean, obviously you're pre-flop raiser and you flop the world.
Well, no, actually Chris raised,
and
then I called Chris's raise, and then
I
somebody else called, and I didn't even notice that she was in the hand. I'm not gonna lie, until after I made the flop bet, and then she called. But it was a mistake, I still feel. I mean, it was one of those situations that I get myself into, and I'm not the greatest tournament player, so I'm not too good at reading hands when it comes to tournaments, like situations like that. It's like I just say I have 2 pair, and the ace comes, and I'm like, oh, that's a great card for her. Like if she just called with like ace-5 of clubs or something silly.
I forgot it was that texture.
That's what I was saying, because it was king club, it was king jack. I forget the third card, but it was 2 clubs, and then the turn came an ace of spades. So
she could have had like ace 10.
That's what I was saying. It could have been like so many other hands that I thought that she could be raising.
King jack 8.
And I know that Missy knows how I play, so I know that she could think I'm just being aggro,
or at least she assumes how she thinks you play. Like
yeah, exactly.
Your image.
That's why I didn't mind it too much. I don't think it was like the worst played hand ever, but I mean I could have probably saved some chips there. And then the last hand, I mean, what are you gonna do? I look down at 9s. I have 1600. The blinds are 153. I'm obviously shoving, and he calls blind, and of course.
You believe him?
I don't believe that he called blind.
I was screaming. There's no way.
I don't think he's just calling blind 1600, but
I think it was just like
especially with his stack. I think it was just a TV type thing.
I think it was just a nasty needle.
Yeah. But hey, it's whatever.
We got ourselves a pretty big pot going right now. We got Net versus Ryan. Net obviously the overpair. Ryan with top pair.
And that was just killing it.
Ryan needs to be mindful of his remaining stack here. Like.
And that is killing it. Look, I got aces. And
it looks like you go check river.
I feel like it did. I just was wondering why did she check the river?
Or he shoved.
That was almost
a
rule breaker.
You went check.
That's why. That's why he made the
front door close.
But he said that's almost a rule breaker because obviously like
she
almost not been the nuts.
And
close. I noticed like Pizza Mike is not playing like how I thought he was gonna play compared to Saturday.
You keep joking like, does he have a voice?
I feel like Chris being so vocal coming into the game has like kind of made him like quiet down.
Do you think he was planning on being that person?
I think so. I think like maybe not as extreme as how Chris is, but
no, I know. No, I'm just saying we're talking about the rule.
I think it's gonna slow down.
I agree 100%.
How many viewers do we have today? You know? Are we doing good?
But I also understand.
Nice. But I'm gonna go ahead and I guess let Dan get back in here because I am knocked out, guys. Sad.
It's super sad.
But I will be back next week.
Next Tuesday.
Thursday rather. Hopefully avenge my early knockout.
I mean, you went 50-50 with 1 outers.
Yeah, it was pretty extreme. The 8s versus aces hand, it was just like, oh, just like a dagger. Because I knew exactly. Like,
did they tell you it was the case?
It was the case. Oh man. I just, sometimes you run like that. But
4 players.
How did Cliff not raise here? What is going on?
He does some tricky things like that.
Check.
I guess he got lucky here. No 6s.
Oh, and there was a hand earlier too that I folded Queen Jack pre-flop, and I would have smashed it, but I know Cliff. Like I've played with Cliff a lot, and I know he plays pretty straightforward. And when he raises another gun, I know his range is very small. It's not like he's just messing around. So he had pretty much the exact hand. I think he was close to where I thought he was going to be.
He's used to playing full ring, so his undergun raising range is obviously fairly.
It just sucks.
narrow.
The run out happens and all that betting happens, but I'm not too results oriented. Like I'm not going to get upset about it and be like, man, should be.
Also, you have 11 more weeks. You have 11 more
exactly.
weeks to do better.
It's just the start. I mean, that's why like I know a lot of people know my play style and think that I'm going to get in there and be super crazy and all this, but it's the first game, you know. I gotta see how everybody's playing. I want to see, you know, like how Pizza Mike's gonna be talking and playing. You know, everybody.
Sure.
You gotta check it out, and I think tighter is better
money
at the
too.
beginning, A of the tournament and of the series. So
Yeah, I think the ICM considerations are just super massive in this style format.
yeah. But hey, I had fun. It's a fun setup, and I can't wait till next week.
I'm just putting a little something on
The chat wants to know if
Nine.
you're gonna go cry on Pokey Girl's shoulder.
Oh,
Called
Well, I
9.
said
So
nine.
we're
it's
gonna go
either
with
that or
9.
the shoe. I'm not too sure yet. I haven't debated. I don't
And
even know
I
what
meant
time it
nine,
is.
I
I feel like it's like early.
It's about 20 till 9.
Oh man.
It's very early.
Maybe I'll do both. So, but I'll catch you guys later.
Hey, thanks for
I
hanging
have
out,
Thank
man.
everybody for coming and watching us, and I'll see you next week.
Might be it.
Female fan club out there.
Oh wow,
Right on,
look,
brother.
they have numbers on them.
Thanks for stopping in.
Who knew?
They just don't give up, you know, and it's a keep telling they don't come back.
Yes, sir. Hey, like, you know, busy, you know, and restaurants are partially to blame too. You know, they spread them out even thinner now than it used to. But when you come there, talk nice and have a smile on your face.
Whoops. Thanks.
Like your job is to treat the customer well. That's the service industry.
That's
Right.
the only job you have. All day.
All you gotta do is
Well, they
be
might
nice
have
to
other
people.
jobs. That was kind of mean. It's one job you have. I don't care if you're a mom, or president.
Obama
I'm
was
sure
doing
most of
like-
them are strippers too,
Doesn't
right?
he make like $400,000 a year for the rest of his life now or something because he was president? That's not a bad job.
I would never want that job. Though.
It's not a bad deal. I mean, I would take $400,000 a year for the rest of my life.
Right.
To take 8
So-
years of people bashing you.
4 years.
We
You
were
only gotta
talking
do
about
4 to
people
get
getting
that
more
salary.
aggressive.
That's true.
That is true.
He signed up for.
Indians are
And
in
all
a
you
Why
guys
do
we
you
actually
go
had
for
a
the
little bit
second
more
term then? What's
All
the
you gotta
point?
do is not screw up real bad, and then
Is your
you
mic
get a-
on?
you know, you can not get
It is on.
impeached.
I didn't hear what
And
you
you're
said
good
the
and-
second part. You said we were talking about being more aggressive if the Annies were out.
But people are not doing that.
Are you
There's
allowed
a
to
lot more
quit?
limping going on.
That's what Nixon did. He knew he was in trouble, so he quit.
Well, we got about
I
what?
don't
3
know,
stacks
does that
that are.
But he also
15,
He got
20
all
big
the-
blinds
he got
right
all
now.
the- He got all the.
Yeah, we'll have to throw up a chip count
All the benefits.
here in a few
Yeah.
minutes and see exactly where everyone's at.
So that was. I mean,
And we're at the 450
Nixon?
now. We're still at the 152.
I think we're still at
but it's
153.
all good. Hey, we are where we
Just
are.
about
We're-
Yankees, I think
feel
so.
like we're the best country in the world. Go America.
And that's still
And-
dominating, coming from the crushing
Ohio State football isn't anywhere else.
hand
but
she had
America.
earlier, but then those aces were
Chip
shifting
count,
back
boys.
from
Woo!
the set. She's not
State
looked
football.
back since then.
Right.
Not only
Right up
that,
there
she
with
had-
right up there with Miami and all those other corrupt.
She got a 10K lead over
Just
Cliff
suspended.
and
Just suspended
Missy.
4 players today.
And-
Ryan,
and
Chris,
for
and Mike are
weed?
looking
What's wrong
for
with
a pretty crucial
Hey.
double up to get back in the game.
Give me a quarter.
Oh,
and I'll tell you what's wrong with
I'm
it.
sorry.
Shouldn't be against the law, but it is.
It is.
I mean, lots of things are against the rules, but we do it anyway. You got speed, because that's against the rules. Hypocrites.
Right, and if you get caught, you got to pay the price, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
It's just, you got to
Jerry,
wait.
Jerry
All
getting
you gotta
after
do
it.
is run the appeal process out and hope that somebody overturns it, and then you don't have to worry about it.
My thing, my.
Tom Brady's America's quarterback. We don't badmouth Tom Brady.
Whoa.
Okay?
She didn't get caught.
Tom Brady's not America's quarterback.
He's not. I mean, so there were some balls that didn't
Well, there are some
properly have the amount of air in them for other people.
No hard on us. Well, he destroyed his phone.
Blinds are
More
still at the
probable than
153
not.
level. So far, all the players have just limped in.
Yeah.
Wait, but he said that.
Cliff
was-
checks his option.
But he said
Ryan
that
is in the
Bowman
lead
didn't
right
have any
now, pocket
information on
sixes.
it,
And we'll
so
go back
it
to the
didn't
Tom
matter.
Brady
Four
conversation.
players.
That's why he destroyed.
That's funny.
You guys never destroyed a cell phone to hide something? We've all done it.
What?
Come on.
I check.
That's what they're called throwaways for. They have a purpose.
Pretty sure Tom Brady doesn't have a throwaway.
Of course he does. So did Aaron Hernandez. How did that work out?
Okay. You might not want to videotape yourself killing somebody. 1175.
I think that's in the murderer's hand.
Michael hits the best of it on the flop with his kings. That's
Sorry,
at 1175.
I found they probably needed to do
It's
I'm
no
sure
callers.
they turned your mic up 3 levels ago.
But knowing this, let's say Tom Brady knew and was part of it. If the eventual outcome is that you win a Super Bowl, I'll take it. Just like the baseball players, they might as well juice because they're still getting the big contracts. Just get a 60 game suspension. Okay, well, make sure I get to come back. And
Still
I mean,
smash.
baseball might as well
Hit a couple dingers
tell
every
them
week.
that steroids are okay. Big bucks.
If they let everybody juice, it's a fair game.
That's a big sign.
It's not, yeah, you know. You gotta imagine if Barry Bonds is juicing and the guy trying to make with the league has got to be juicing.
I wish I had some like juice that so I could play better poker. That'd be cool. Wouldn't that be awesome?
I think it's called
Steroids
Adderall.
made you smart.
Adderall. Chris looking for some poker enhancing drugs.
What? America loves me.
Stay in
A
school,
walk,
kids,
first one.
or else you'll turn into Chris
First one of
Ward.
the night.
No one wants to be a Chris Ward.
Looks like we're gonna have one more level before our first break of the night. We're at 200, 400 with a 50 ante.
I mean, I have all kinds of crazy things.
Andy's now rising up. I think we'll be taking the green chips off the table after this level. Have they been 20-minute blinds all night? I feel like it just increased.
200 now.
50.
Not with 4. 2-4 would be 50. That's right.
I'm with you, Mark.
6 players left.
200, 400 with a $600 hand.
Good.
$900 in the pot pre-flop before any action is started.
11.
Yo. 11 today.
Everyone loves that King Jack.
Bobby does not like it.
52 beyond.
Annette does not like it for 1100.
It's a weird spot for her because she does have like this
22.
pretty amazing chip lead. She had 3 players act behind her.
Ooh.
Oh wow, we got action.
It's gonna be some interesting story here.
It's funny because like I feel if Missy raises here, Ace Jack shrivels up and goes away, even though he did put 1/6 of his chips in. So this is gonna end up being a battle between 2 of the big stacks. She says,
I
"No,
am
thank
shut.
you."
Like she even told me to shut up.
Isn't that a tell though? Like should you?
Right? I mean,
Psychic.
She probably shouldn't. She's not gonna feel so psychic when she sees a hand roll over.
I'm gonna put Cliff on Ace King.
You want all?
Chris does move all in, and
Am I right?
Cliff calls.
Give it 500.
Chris is putting Cliff on a hand that's better than his.
Ace
I mean-
Queen. I was
Oh,
close.
I folded pocket tens.
I was close.
She says so
All I
she,
need
she
is
felt like a
Jack,
genius. Now she feels like a
One more.
Yep.
icky
All I
icky
gotta
dog
do is
do.
Oh, it's 600 I get back.
Till one of their cards hits the board, and
Yeah,
then
I
she's
feel
like,
like
"Wow, I
yeah,
saved some
got
money."
6.
Alright.
Folded pocket tens because I was really afraid that you were gonna do that.
2 tens on the flop.
Spades.
That'll make a wretch on the table.
I think he's gonna beat me this time. I feel it.
Mhm.
Jack.
Please put an ace in the window just so I feel better about the tens.
Close.
There you go.
Spade,
Running
spade.
tens, please. Running tens.
Yes.
Spade would be good.
9 and a 6, 9 or a 6 or a king for potential chop outs.
Uh-oh.
Now we got chop opportunities.
Ace could help you.
Now, King would be great for
King would
Jack.
be
I
amazing.
gotta
10 on the
down.
river.
I'm running thin. Shikes! Good hand.
That didn't help you much.
Shike, that's a new one.
Shikes, Chris.
Lost me. I know. That's
Actually, wait a minute.
What?
Yeah, I can
Oh,
talk
yeah,
to
never
Chris.
mind.
You want to take a little
Never
break?
mind.
Pretty good.
I was just about to bring
I'll
up.
take the
We do have
money.
our next casualty. Chris is vested
next
in
week.
6 splits.
Next week. I'll be back.
Take it easy, Chris.
Give everybody good luck.
Yeah.
Take Cliff's money. Say good. He doesn't like that.
He leaves and says, "Take Cliff's money."
Is that a personal vendetta against Cliff? I'm not sure
I
that
thought
came
about
from.
jamming. If he didn't make it 22, I thought about pushing you all in, and then I'm like, if I move all in, he's got enough chips to knock me out.
Cliff
If he's
now back
raising,
up to
he's
like
probably good.
24K or
I gotta
so.
fold there.
He's catching up to the net, maybe
I
even
figured
tied
out
with
that's
it.
where
It's
I
gonna be real close.
Yeah, I think a net's right around 27ish.
But I didn't think I'd stay there.
And we are down to our final 5 of
Four
game 1
diamonds
of
in
Chase
my
Bracelet.
burn. I know, right? Because I didn't get my 9 o'clock break.
I have the button.
Things are going to be going around much quicker now that we're playing short. Blinds will be eating away at these guys at a very quick succession.
Fold.
Check. Yeah.
I didn't even call his race. I had King Jack.
All
that?
clubs in all 3 players'
Did
hands.
you?
I
We
felt
be clubbing.
I had a feeling he was going to race. I'm like,
When he
Check,
did that and then
check.
he raised, I'm like, tens, I either have to jam to put him all in and hope he goes away, but he's got enough he's
Ryan
got
does
me
flop the best
covered.
of it here.
And if he's re-raising, he's probably calling, so I have to.
Ryan's checking
Why am I
again.
going to get involved? I have nothing in invested
I think that's
here.
a good fold.
I guess he just knows. All right, I'm going to step out for a second,
you have
guys. I'm going to let
nothing.
Chris come in and talk
Yeah,
to
I have
Dan.
nothing
I will
invested.
see you in a few.
And even
1,000.
at that point, even if I had called the 11, it's still so.
That's a
foldable.
Trevor Bighead. Careful, sir. Careful, sir. Cliff bets at pots and takes it down, and I'm joined in the room back here with Chris, our 6th place for game 1.
Can't wait to hear what Dan had to say about that one.
Did I not show him?
I was kind of wondering what Chris we were going to see tonight when you stepped at the table. I'm like, Chris is
11.
kind of like a wild card at the table. He likes to see a lot of flops. He likes to play a lot of hands, and is more of a post-flop player rather than a pre-flop player. And
That looks like a fold.
I think I wasn't too disappointed
It looks like a
in what we saw out of you tonight.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good call. Really?
Damn you in those tens. Good fold again.
Oh, so you at home didn't even get to hear my horrible rendition of how I played this game.
So Chris, hey buddy.
Welcome, and
Thanks for coming
having
in the
me.
booth.
But again, yeah, I mean, Cliff just seemed to have my number today. I tried to make some bets, tried to take a couple stabs at it. It didn't work. I wanted to come out real, just real silly, just to kind of see how people are going to play. We had some, I had some video that I got to watch, so it's nice to have that back up to get an idea of how people that I don't typically play with.
Now, how many of the players on the table tonight have you actually, have some card history with, and how many are new? Or like, what's percentage wise?
I don't think I've ever played with Annette or Mike. I've definitely played with Ryan a little bit. Bobby and I have a history. We like to play a lot, and we like to play back to each other. I think, to me, a lot of people fear Bobby's game. I do have I have a lot of respect for his game, but it makes me want to be, it makes me just want to fire at him. I like interesting poker.
Yes.
I don't just want to sit and be like, oh, well, I can always win with aces or kings. Absolutely, you can, but, a 9-6, I can hit a flop just as good as anybody else.
How do you think you played tonight? Do you rate your play, average? I mean, let's not talk outcomes, but do you think, being 6th isn't the best? Being 6th place isn't the best spot to be, but do you think you made right moves when you needed to? You just kind of ran into bad cards.
Well, again, I think when I tried to play the ace-jack, in the end there, ace-jack suited, Cliff did make a minimum raise, and I did, I felt like he was ahead, but I just wanted to take a stab again to see where I was. And, I think a lot of these players are going to play the same game week in and week out. And I think that if I can just change every week and just alternate what I do, no matter if I have, a 7-3 or aces, I think I have a better shot at taking this down in a 13-week format.
So you think in the long term, you have the ability to, part of your strategy is I'm going to change my game, adapt my game, while you feel many of the players are just going to keep grinding out through their same style of play.
Absolutely. I've played with Cliff on a couple occasions, and his game to me has been the same every time. Missy definitely wants to get out there and fire at it, and that's why I keep talking. I keep trying to get people engaged, to get them to try and make mistakes with their big cards. Not play up to par.
Plus 3,000.
Kind of interesting hand real quick here. We got Cliff who's got top pair, Missy with the flush draw here.
And call.
Cliff makes Missy raises the 1.1. Oh, she hits that king.
I'd like to see a raise out of Missy here. Even with the best hand, obviously hindsight is 10-10, but I think that she could have made a lot more money out of there than hitting a king.
So who's the most dangerous player you're going to watch out for, in your opinion? You may not want to reveal that to me at this point. I mean, you're free to decline to answer that question.
In my honest opinion, the way that I've seen play, I don't know a lot about Pizza Mike. Ryan definitely has an aggressive side to him, and I like that. I like that he's going to try and come out and win a couple pots. But it seems like when he's getting shorter stacked, Ryan tightened up a lot, and I myself tightened up a lot as well, just to kind of see where I could get in and try and make some good hands.
Here's a quick look at our chip count. Missy is over the 30,000 mark, followed closely by Annette. Cliff in third place. Our ladies are just crushing this tournament tonight. Cliff in third place with 12.5, and Mike with 8,000, and Ryan just barely hanging on to the basement with 3.5K. Predictions for tonight, Chris. Who's gonna take it down tonight?
I honestly think if Pizza Mike can take a couple stabs at pots, that he can come back and make a good play for the win tonight. Everyone else, Missy and Annette, obviously with the big chip lead right now, can definitely go far in this format tonight. In this small blind format to stay alive. So they have an excellent chance. But if somebody can come out and start stealing pots, you got a whole lot better shot than this stagnant poker play.
All right, Chris. Well, thanks for coming and hanging out, and thanks for playing tonight. We will look forward to watching you over the next 11 weeks of this grueling season, and we wish the best of luck to you.
Hey, Trevor, I'm glad that you had me. I know that you guys are kind of shocked at some of the goofy stuff that I do, but exactly, I think you guys have seen me play enough and just kind of see that I can come across and win with the goofiest stuff and just come out and fire. I love it. It's a fun game, so I hope everybody plays well, and I wish everybody luck. But obviously, I want myself to have more luck than everybody else. So what can you do?
All right, Chris. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Thanks, Dan.
Uh-huh.
So your rally cap now?
I
Ryan?
think so, yeah. Tired of looking at 8-3, 7 deuce.
You gotta get up and walk
6-3.
one time around your chair.
I'm back, kids.
Is that what it is? Oh my gosh.
Seeing in the chat room, looks like Bart Hansen has joined our Twitch chat tonight.
Also, Andrew, Rimdog
Oh,
Poker.
Andrew's here as well.
Bart and Andrew will both be on our show August 11th for our Cash Game Spectacular in studio.
In studio in Akron, Ohio. Why would they come all the way here? Because this is where Poker on Air is at.
That's right.
Gosh, guys, you guys have been so great to the show. We love Crush Live Poker. We love everything you guys are doing there for poker. And we love everything you guys are doing for us. So we're excited to have you here. We're excited to work with you. And Bart is giving away to any of our viewers who would love to check out his Crush Live Poker site. You can link from our webpage, pokeronair.com. There's a link, and Bart and Poker on Air will give you a free 30-day subscription. Watch all the videos you want, watch all the podcasts you want, listen to all the audio that he has on there. Everything, you'll have full access for 30 days. You're going to love it so much that you're going to want to become a subscriber. So check it out, crushlivepoker.com.
And you're learning some of our players that have been playing on our show, and Crush Live Poker has been using our footage on its site to help train you to be a master of live cash games.
So check it out. If you want to improve your game, then learn from the best. And that best is found at crushlivepoker.com.
To me, the table talk has dwindled down to just about nothing here.
The game has gotten much more serious.
I guess that's what happens when you have two guys that haven't talked all night down in the final five here.
And the two ladies sitting exactly opposite of one another.
That's true.
And a Ryan in the middle.
And a Ryan in the middle?
And a Ryan
Two
in the
Ryans. We got a Mike Ryan and a Ryan Postic.
I wish Ryan Postic's last name was Ryan Mike.
It's true. That'd be great.
1150.
But Pete's Mike's going to take his King Queen offsuit and raise it up to 1150.
Gone.
And that's going to be a betting.
Hey, obviously, Mike had a raising hand there, but this is the part of the tournament where you just have to just let it rip every now and again. You know, the blinds and antes are huge. You know, no one's super deep anymore, especially the two bottom stack guys. I think Ryan needs to find some spots where he has to kind of go with it. You know, he has less than.
If you and your friends would like to play at the Poker on Air Penthouse Studio and have your game broadcast to the world, just give us a call. Your friends or league can rent our studio and play on our brand new custom-built RFID poker table, while we capture all the fun and action using 7 high-definition cameras and our live stream studio switcher. Play live while our commentators call all the action and bring your game to life. So if it's your league's final game of the season, or you and some friends just want to have fun, the Poker on Air studio is available to you. We can even take our show on the road and broadcast live from your event or casino. The graphics and sponsors on this custom traveling table can be changed to meet the needs of your event. Even better, if you would like a custom RFID table built for you or your venue, or would like to become a Poker on Air Broadcast City franchise, we can help you with that request as well. For more information, just give us a call at the number on your screen or email us at producer@pokeronair.com. Poker on Air, let's deal you in.